YouTube channel. I know that it's been a little bit of time since I posted a video last. Yeah, I know that it's been a minute, and I apologize that it's been a while since I posted last. And so on this video, I'm going to be telling you guys about Sevyn's delivery. So when I think back on the emotions that I felt once the nurse told me that Sevyn was going to be born, I just remember just thinking how scary it was to be having a medically fragile baby, but now I'm faced with having a premature medically fragile baby. So on the day that I found out Sevyn was going to be coming to Earthside, I was 36 weeks, 2 days. So the entire pregnancy, we just wanted to ensure that she had as much time as she could get inside of me. So knowing that she was going to be born almost 4 weeks premature, I was instantly hit with just so much fear of the unknown, not really knowing if she was going to make it through the delivery process, and just really not knowing what we were up against as far as all of her health concerns were. We really just didn't know. So after we had contacted all of our close family members and friends to let them know, we had even put out a post on Facebook to let Sevyn's followers know that she was going to be born on that day. And so if you guys did follow my journey on Facebook, Sevyn's journey, Sevyn Miracle Grace's journey, just kind of to go back, when I was pregnant, I had decided to create the Facebook page as a way to just open up and vent sometimes, to express the emotions that I was feeling during those moments, to just really put things out there and let it act as like a digital diary, so to speak. And also it was a good way to keep everybody updated on Sevyn's appointments and how I was feeling and how she was doing. So I had put out the post on her page to let the followers know that she was going to be born, and to please just start the prayer chains that our baby girl needed, all the prayers that she could get. And so shortly after they had started me on the magnesium, I just remember the incredible amount of support that we had at the hospital. We had so many people show up to the hospital that the nurses and the staff of the hospital were prompted to go ahead and clear out one of the extra labor and delivery rooms so that everybody could be comfortable in one room. There were so many people that showed up that there wasn't even enough room in the lobby for everybody. So that was incredible that they were able to accommodate everybody that showed up. My beautiful friend Ariane was able to get a photographer at the last minute to show up to the hospital. Super amazing. I remember moments before we had went into the operating room, we had a beautiful prayer. That moment was just so profound, just to know that Sevyn had so much love surrounding her. That prayer was so powerful, and I just felt at that moment, although I was super fearful in my heart, I felt peace knowing that Sevyn was surrounded by so many prayer warriors, and that she was being lifted up in everybody's hearts. She was on everybody's minds, that people were just praying for an amazing outcome for our baby girl. So I felt peace in my heart. I really did, going into this. And I think that that was a great send-off to the operating room for us as a family, really. So they wheeled me into the operating room. I remember looking around as I'm laying on my back at all of the medical staff. They had the NICU team on standby. The neonatologist was there, my doctor in that operating room to get Sevyn all of the support that she needed once she came. So I just remember my husband holding my hands at my head and just the look of concern on his face for his wife and his baby girl. They started my C-section and my baby girl was here. So they pulled her out and immediately rushed her over to the side where the NICU team was on standby, and they just started to assess her. And it was really difficult to see what all was going on with me laying down. Husband's over there, everybody's over there trying to get Sevy going. And I heard something that I'll never forget for as long as I live. I got to hear my baby girl cry. And it was the most beautiful sound that I've ever heard in all my life. Just to hear her sweet little cry. To just be able to experience that that was just outstanding in itself, because I had so many naysayers, so many doctors telling me that she wasn't going to make it, that she was incompatible with life. And my baby girl at 36 weeks, 2 days was here, and she cried. She came out fighting. She came out strong. So immediately after she let out her beautiful little cry, the NICU team then proceeded to intubate her to give her the proper breathing support that she needed. And with her having the anatomy of the cleft lip and palate, it made it a little bit difficult to get her intubated, to get her the breathing support that she needed, but they were successful in doing so. So as they're stitching me up and getting me ready to go into recovery, my husband's over there with Sevyn, and the delivery was a lot different than my previous deliveries, where you either get baby laid on your, chest, or you get to hold your baby immediately. The whole nature of this delivery process was completely different. I didn't get to see Sev. I didn't get to see what was going on. I just remember, I'm going to post images on this video of the moments after Sevyn's birth, and they are truly, truly tender, difficult ones, because here we are faced with something that we've never experienced before, and just really learning to navigate through this. So my husband came back over to me as they're stitching me up and just told me that she's beautiful, she's here. And I still was struggling with all of the feelings from the medication that they had given me. Magnesium makes you feel super, super icky. So I wasn't feeling myself, and still, just trying to sort through the process of all of this. And so I told my husband, let them take me to recovery and you follow Sevyn, please. I want you to be with her. I want you to see what's going on. I want for you to be present for everything involving her. So they get me into recovery, and from what I remember, my friends and family members coming in to see me, and then my husband was taking everybody down, a couple people at a time down to the NICU to see and meet Sevyn. And I just remember everybody being so thankful for the opportunity to meet a real life angel. I mean, this little girl, we rooted for her this entire time, and she was here. Sevyn was here. So I just remember just all that love, and me trying to find out about my baby girl through everybody else, through pictures that they snapped on their phones, or just through them telling me, because at this point, I still hadn't seen my baby. So I was super duper anxious to see her. And I had this incredible nurse at the hospital that told me, all right, mama, as soon as you can wiggle those toes, we are getting you down to the NICU. You are gonna meet your baby girl. So I remember just laying in the hospital bed, looking at my feet and just trying with all my might to get those toes wiggling so I could get down to meet my princess. And so I think it was probably close to an hour after I had delivered and been in recovery. I wiggled my toes. So I'm like, okay, nurse, let's go. So she gets me transferred to a wheelchair and starts to wheel me down to the NICU, and I get super duper sick. So she takes me back to the room, and I'm like, okay, maybe I'm like moving too fast here. I'm pushing myself too hard. I need to just rest a little bit and we'll give it a go again. So we wait a little bit, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get down there to see my baby girl. So get back in the wheelchair, get me down to the NICU, and I make it into the room and I get sick again. And like, I just want to meet my baby. So go back to my room and rest a little bit more. And then I'm like, okay, I feel good. Like, we're gonna do this. So third time was certainly the charm, because I get wheeled down to the NICU. I remember as I'm going into Sevyn's room, she had a little sign on her door that said her name. And I get into the room and I get to see my baby. And I'll never forget that moment for as long as I live, because she looked so beautiful. I mean, from her tone to her complexion. 4 pounds, 9 ounces is what she weighed. And although that sounds super tiny, tiny but mighty this little girl was, because she was small, but she didn't look like she was 4 pounds, 9 ounces. I still have snapshots of those moments in my brain, and I pray that they never leave, because those moments, I'll never be able to relive them. So I just, man, I'm at a loss for words when I think about it, because it just was such an incredible moment to be able to see my baby girl and to just see a true testament of strength. She beat all of the odds. Here my baby girl is, and she's strong, and she's breathing, and she's living. So of course, I wanted to hold my baby, but knowing that she was getting the care that she needed from the NICU and the breathing support, I had to wait. But that did not hold me back from being able to just mentally take all of these notes of all of her features, her 10 little toes and her 11 fingers. She had one little fancy finger, is what I like to call it. And just beautiful, absolutely beautiful, just a sweet, precious angel. And so this video, I'm gonna leave it at that. I just wanted to talk about her delivery, and on my next video, I'm gonna go into depth about her 7 days on earth. But I really just hope, like my other videos, that this reaches a mom out there that was given the diagnosis that her baby was not going to make it, that her baby was incompatible with life, that this speaks to your heart and lets you know that you're not alone, and that this is your baby and this is your journey, and that your baby is unique, and that your baby's gonna wow you. There's no limit to these babies. You can't put a definite mark on how long or short that their life is going to be. And if you are a mom out there that has received this diagnosis and you're either carrying a medically fragile baby or you know somebody that is, just know that you are in the position to advocate for your baby, that you have the power, and that you don't need to hand off that power to anybody else, because this is your baby and this is your journey with your baby. And although this pregnancy and delivery may be a little different from other deliveries or pregnancies of women that are carrying healthy babies, that doesn't mean that there can't be beauty in it all. And I know that for me, when she was born and let out that sweet, precious cry and showed us that she was here to fight and that she wanted to be here, we made certain that from that moment on, we just supported her in whatever she wanted to do. And it's scary. It's scary as heck. I'm not going to say that it wasn't, because it was so scary. Because we were embarking on uncharted territory for ourselves. We were going through something we had never been through before. And something that was super important through it all was knowing that we had each other, my husband and I, and that we were a team, and that we were going to do whatever we had to do to advocate for Sevyn and to support Sevyn. And so it was really important for us that we followed her lead and allowed her to show us the way, really. And so again, I apologize that it's been a while since I put a video out. It's very, very difficult to go back and relive these moments, and it's hard to put it out there. It's just, grief is one hell of a thing. It's a hard journey. It is a hard journey. And I think about Sevyn all the time. I think about her every single day. And now having her brother, Ocean, I oftentimes find myself thinking about what things would be like if she was still here. But like always, I just appreciate all the love, support. If you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel so that you can see my future videos. I promise that it won't be that long before I post another one. And I will see you all on the next video. Bye, guys.
When will she be okay to go home?
We don't know yet. Well, she's a fighter, huh?
Those are so cute. It's so cute that they use little hearts.
Have her like in a supine if you want to put it a little more mid.